Part 4 in our series called Overwhelmed takes us to a subject that I think so many of us kind of needed to hear. So thank you so much, Steve.
Yeah.
This is what we needed. We talk about being overwhelmed, being done, being just exhausted, depleted, and this is like, it's a little bit of it's an epidemic. There you go. Not a pandemic. It's an epidemic. We've done that. No. But you know me, I like to keep it light, a little bit at least. If you were the angel, let's say there's somebody, who's, calling you going, Pastor Steve, I need help. Let's say you were the angel that shows up, in somebody's life.
We know better.
No, let's pretend. We can pretend. We're going to go way on the limb here. And you show up at the snack to say, this is what you just sit. What snack would that be? What would you bring?
Perfect bar.
What is that? The one from the fridge?
Yeah,
you put in the fridge.
You put it in the fridge. Just get the big pack at Costco, the peanut butter and the peanut butter chocolate chip, man. Oh my goodness.
It'll lift your spirits.
It is just talking about it right now.
It'll lift your soul.
I am so happy just thinking about.
You look happier. Just think about the perfect bar.
They're so delicious.
Okay. Now people also know what to get you for Christmas.
Yeah, bunch of perfect bars.
Bring me a perfect bar. No, but I can only imagine that there's people who have tuned in today. They maybe saw, the title of this message, or they had heard that we're talking about being overwhelmed, and people that feel like Elijah right now. They're exhausted. They're burned out. They're barely hanging on. What's one simple? No, let's make it realistic. A realistic step that somebody like that, or we all can take this week to begin moving towards this rest, this hope that you keep talking about.
Yeah, I think the 4 steps that I kind of outlined in the sermon are helpful, but the one that I think is the most challenging for us, that I think would be very beneficial, is the lament one. Because we always we try to hold things in.
Okay.
And I think it's just being honest with, hey, this is where I'm at, and having a community where we receive that, we welcome that, we actually kind of prod it out of people a little bit, because it's so challenging to help people if you don't know what's really going on. And for too long, I think church culture is you better have it all together.
Yep.
Everything's all square in your life, and we kind of show up to these spaces and in these communities going, I'm here to help someone else, and aren't that honest or upfront about the areas that we ourselves need help. So I think if we could get to that place, this is one of the reasons I think recovery groups like AA, NA are one of the best models of what Jesus created church to look like, because it's, hi, my name is, and here's my problem, right out of the gate. And if we could develop some of that,
we're terrible at that. We've even really reduced our greeting to each other, saying, hey, Steve, how are you doing? Not expecting any response.
Oh, someone says anything other than good, we're like,
what is happening right now?
Moving.
Wow,
that's why I say,
sorry
that's why I say live in the dream, because it could be a nightmare.
Yeah.
But I'm not telling people that.
I'm not awake.
Yeah.
B, I'm out of reality.
Kind of coasting.
Exactly. I'm living the dream.
Living the dream.
Living the dream. No, we're terrible at that. So lament. Thank you for that. That's a good one. I like that. In the story, God listened to Elijah's despair without rushing to fix him, or correct him. What does that teach us about what love requires of us when we walk with friends or family who are feeling burned out? Because there's, a good 70% of people who are with us today who don't feel this way,
Yeah, I think it's just a reminder how much our presence matters. And I struggle with this in my relationship with my wife, with Amanda. She'll come home from her day and vent all the things. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm in problem solve mode, so here's how you fix this part, and here's how you fix this part. And she gets more frustrated because I'm trying to fix everything, and she's like, that's not what I need right now. I'm like, well, why are you telling me? But it's such a good reminder to go, yeah, sometimes we just need to let people say what's going on and not rush to, for sure, not judgment or, casting aspersions on people or putting, shaming people or any of that.
Right.
But really, really just, hey, I'm here, and I'm not going to try to fix all the things. And if you want me to, I'll help offer that advice. But in the meantime, I'm just present with you, and that would be a huge step.
That's
for us.
a hard one, Steve, because I think I did that yesterday. with poor sweet Christina. I call her that. Never.
We all call her that, actually.
No.
just when she's with you.
Just shut it down. Because can you get to the point where I'm involved? Are you just verbally processing with me? Because I'm not here for that. I don't have no time for that.
Right.
How terrible is that?
But that's the thing. Like it requires patience and actual intention about listening and hearing, and we're wired similarly in that, where it's like, no, you gave me a problem.
Yeah.
My job is to fix it. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Fix problems. How do I go all day fixing problems and now?
I'm just here to sit.
But that's what people need.
I think so. And I like that about what we're doing as a church, and where we're rethinking that, because I don't want to be a product of culture. I want to be a product of what God's calling and compelling us to do. So I love that a lot. And, Jesus met people right where they were, tired, anxious, overwhelmed, and then brought in rest and healing and hope in church. What if we did the same this week? What if every one of us looked for one way to live out His words and actions, like we say all the time, offering compassion instead of, criticism, offering just, Steve, as you said, just to sit with someone instead of maybe pressuring that person. Imagine our homes, our workplaces, our neighborhoods marked by the peace of Jesus, because we chose to sort of embody it as a group. And here's the exciting part, everyone. Here at Cornerstone, we're not just about a group of people who drag ourselves to a building on a Sunday morning, or catch the messages online during the weekend or during the week to hear somebody talk. No offense, Steve.
Completely agree.
We're building something different. We're reimagining what it means to be followers of Jesus, people who bring His hope in action, His love, His presence into everyday life for everyone around us. So this week, let's take one small step to reflect the care and compassion of Jesus to someone else, because I think together, we're building a church that embodies the kingdom of God right where we live. We talk about this until we're blue in the face, and you might be surprised at how God uses that little thing. Yeah. And as we wrap up, I'll leave you with one question on the screen, something to help you take these truths to a next step. We'll leave it up for a few minutes so you can talk it over with somebody sitting nearby, jump into the chat with your online community, drop it in a group text with friends, or even use it as a prompt for your journal today. I'm just assuming that you're a journaling person. Here's the question: where do you most need God's rest, presence, or hope in your life right now? And then what's that one small step you can take to receive it? I'm so glad you were here, and I hope to see you again next time.